It's always an exciting day when it's monthly shipment day. So, see what I got. How to reload on the staples. I got Amino Reload, definitely a staple. Night Ops, which is a ZMA nighttime support supplement, helps natural and healthy testosterone optimization and release during the night. Also has some non-stim fat burning ingredients in there, which is good. How to get taurine. It's something I don't normally use, but to help my energy production and to delay fatigue during my workouts is definitely something I want to add in during my contest prep. I also got HMB, which is great to optimize strength and recovery, but also muscle preservation. So definitely a great one for the contest or competition phase is HMB. And then I'm not on it right now, but I do have my usual natty test stack of D-aspartic acid, the Prima V, and the TRT. This trio works in different ways and mechanisms, to help promote the production and release and utilization of testosterone and the hormones needed to trigger the release and utilization of testosterone. So those are definitely must-haves in the world of bodybuilding as a natural. So like I said, I'm not on it right now. But what I do is I typically do about 1 to 2 months on and then 1 to 2 months off. So then that way my body doesn't get used to it, it doesn't suppress my natural testosterone release, and I get the max benefits of it long term. Supplements is something I get a lot of people at the gym asking me about. Now, supplements, I'll just move that box aside. Supplements aren't necessary. They definitely help, no doubt about it. You are looking for a competitive edge or recovery edge or performance edge, just something to bring it up another level. That's what supplements are for, but as the name states, they are to supplement you in what you're already doing. So if your diet is on point, if you're getting enough rest and recovery, if your training's going really well, if you're staying overall healthy in and out of the gym, supplements can definitely help you take it to the next level. My typical supplement regime. So I'm not prescribing this for everybody, but this is what I do. When I first wake up in the morning, what I do is I take a scoop of greens and a scoop of Amino Reload. The reason why I do that first thing in the morning is because the greens, first thing in my stomach, on an empty stomach, it just helps establish that healthy, basic stomach digestion environment before introducing any sort of food and acidic response in my stomach prior to eating anything for the rest of the day. So greens first thing on an empty stomach is always a staple for me, whether I'm training hard or not. And then I have it with a scoop of Amino Reload, which is an amino acid blend supplement with some electrolytes in there. And what that does is it helps turn off the catabolic state that I'm in. When you sleep for 6 to 8 hours a night, you don't have anything in your system, so you're in a catabolic state, meaning your muscles are in a state of kind of breaking down for energy use. So introducing amino acids as soon as possible, first thing in the morning, is a great way to flip that anabolic switch. So you have the amino acids available in your bloodstream so that you can prevent that catabolic state and get right into an anabolic state right away. I do that about maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes before actually eating breakfast, depending on if I have my kids, trying to get them out the door. Then I'm sipping on that. I'm going back and forth through my apartment trying to get them ready and myself ready. Or if I don't have them, my mornings are less rushed. So I usually eat maybe a half an hour right after that. For breakfast, so after I eat my breakfast, the supplements I take in the AM would be my first dose of that natural testosterone support stack. So the D-aspartic acid, the TRT, and the Prima V. Like I said, that's if I'm on my natural test cycle. So if I am, I take that first dose in the morning. If I'm not, then obviously omit that. Then I go through the day, eat a meal or two at work or in between job site visits, because I drive up and down the island sometimes for my work, so I bring my meals on the go. But the next supplement that I kind of take is I take it with my pre-workout meal. So my pre-workout meal, I eat a carbohydrate dense meal about maybe an hour and a half prior to when I typically work out. With that meal, I take berberine super cyclo. What that is a glucose disposal agent that helps utilize and absorb carbohydrates from a high carbohydrate meal a lot more efficiently, so that I know that I'm using them the most optimal way possible, and it goes towards fueling my workout. So approximately 30 minutes prior to my workout, I have the stuff already packed in my backpack at work with me. So basically I grab my shaker, fill it up with water, and I mix it with Big Boy. Big Boy is one of the best pre-workout supplements that's non-stimulant based. It is really focused on increasing blood volume, blood pumping into the muscle that you're working, and it's there's no other feeling like it. It's definitely a game changer. Definitely one product that sets Ballistic apart from others. Main ingredients: L-citrulline, big dose of that. It's got the black ginger extract, which is great for increasing blood flow to working muscles. So what I do is I mix up a shake with Big Boy, and on the way to the gym, I am sipping on that while I take my first dose of HMB, and then I take my second dose of the natural test stack of the TRT, the D-aspartic acid, and the Prima B. Once I get to the gym, I get changed, unless I'm already changed. Get to the gym, get changed, and right before I start to kind of foam roll and warm up, then what I do is I take a scoop of Dry Scoop. Dry Scoop is the only pre-workout on the market actually designed to dry scoop. It has ingredients in it that are meant to interact with your saliva in your mouth and interact with the salivary amylase to break down the pre-workout supplement in your mouth. So it turns into almost like a paste or a gel. And it's designed to do that so it gets into your bloodstream quicker, so you feel that hit your system within 10 minutes of taking it. You don't have to dry scoop it, it's just more effective that way. So then I already have the Big Boy in my bloodstream to get all the blood pump ingredients, and then 5-10 minutes before my workout, I take the scoop of Dry Scoop, and then that's a stimulant-based pre-workout. So different arrangement of ingredients, but they complement each other very well because they are separate ingredient profiles. So I take that, and during my workout, I mix a big shaker, one of our larger Ballistic shakers, and what I do is I take 2 scoops of Amino Reload, 1 serving of highly branched cyclic dextrin, which is known as like a designer carbohydrate, so helps fuel my performance throughout the workout, keeps my energy nice and high. I put 5 grams of creatine in there, I put 3 grams of taurine, I put an extra 5 grams of leucine in there, and I also have a glycerol product, Hydromax powder, which helps hyperhydration of the muscle tissue. So I make a big shaker full of that, and I start sipping on it when I first start doing my warm-up sets, and then I time it so by the time I'm finished my workout, I'm taking my last sip. While I'm still at the gym, packing up my stuff, I'll take another dose of HMB immediately post-workout. So it's best to take it right before the workout, right after the workout, to preserve muscle loss and to help assist in recovery. So I take that right at the gym when I'm packing up ready to go, is my second dose of HMB. Then when I get home, I have another carbohydrate dense meal for dinner to help replenish and help my muscles recover. So because there's carbohydrates in that meal and I want to utilize the carbs the best way possible, I take another dose of the berberine super cyclo just to help make sure that the carbohydrates are shuttled to where they need to go. Then after that, the last supplements I take in the day is right before bed. So I take Night Ops, which is the supplement used for nighttime recovery and also some nighttime fat loss. As I mentioned before, it's got the typical ZMA profile in there, and it's got some non-stim fat loss ingredients in there as well. So I take that with 5 grams of glutamine. Glutamine I take right before bed. You can take it throughout the day if you want, but one thing that that really stuck with me that I read or came across in my early years was hearing that glutamine right before bed helps with GH release. So great for gut health as well, great for immunity support, immune system support, but you know, it made more sense for me in my schedule to take it right before bed. So night ops and glutamine right before bed on an empty stomach. So at least 1 hour after I have my casein shake. So I have my casein shake before that, and then I take my dose of the glutamine and the zeamine right before bed. So that's my supplement regime. It's obviously a little more extensive than what I would recommend to people, but I also train a little bit more intensely, and I have more extensive goals than your average person does. Staples, if I wasn't a competitive bodybuilder, definitely I would suggest taking a green supplement. That's for overall health and recovery, and just obviously the list of benefits are vast. I would take a green supplement for sure. I would also recommend taking an amino acid supplement, so you can take that during training. Carbs are cheap, you can get that anywhere. Stimulants is cheap. You have a cup of coffee or pop like a 200 milligram caffeine pill. Those are dirt cheap, so you don't really need a fancy pre-workout, but definitely I recommend to everybody to be sipping on an amino acid product during the workout to help initiate that recovery trigger right away, even before you're done or finished your workout. And then the only other supplement probably would be creatine. You know, it's probably the most studied sports supplement out there. It's been around forever. It's cheap, well, relatively. It's gone up since COVID, but relatively cheap, highly effective, great for muscle endurance and muscle performance. So that would be my 3 staples. Performance staples, obviously fish oils, multi, stuff like that. I consider that like a different umbrella. I consider that more like health vitamins and supplements, but not performance gym-based kind of supplements, specialty supplements. So, of course, you know, I am very fortunate and blessed to be sponsored and supported by 2 amazing companies. So I am able to, I am in a position where I am able to take more supplements than your average individual. So I definitely, you know, receive a lot of support from Ballistic Supplements, which I'm very fortunate of, and very, very thankful. And then, geez, since I think I've been with Ballistic since January 2021. And then I've been with Popeye Supplements, so I get a lot of my health supplements, and the stuff I don't get directly from Ballistic, then I kind of top it off by making monthly Popeyes trips to Popeye Supplements Nanaimo. So I've been with Popeyes Nanaimo and Victoria as an ambassador and a sponsored athlete since I competed back in 2018. So very, very fortunate and blessed to be supported and taken care of by those 2 amazing companies. So I'll get into more of the details of how that came about later on in the video, because it's a common question that I get all the time. So I'll say that I'll answer that in the Q&A. But it's I'm definitely very blessed. Like I said, can't say that enough. And there are things that I didn't even really directly ask for. I'm a big believer in good things happen to good people, and those are definitely 2 big examples in my life. So yeah, didn't technically ask for it, didn't ask for it at all, really. It just kind of fell into place, and it was a natural fit. So more on that later. All right, here once again with Wiseman, joining me for a pole workout. It's my pole C workout day, which is typically more isolation exercise, higher repetitions, really stretch and squeeze, and really focusing on all the little muscle fibers that might be missed during the big compound exercises. So it's also another great way to get like an active recovery rotation in. So I never really have to take extended breaks. So my A rotation's hard and heavy, B rotation's hard and heavy, C rotation, lighter, get the pump, more of an active recovery. So it feels really good, and I leave feeling like I'm productive and I did something. But this nervous system gets a chance to calm down and have a breather. So my goal is to get laps like Wise. So this is what I picture with every single repetition.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, I think so.
Good goal. Yeah,
I think so.
And I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll kill it today. Just stretch and squeeze.
Got it.
Stretch and squeeze. Then we'll get there. We'll get those stretch.
So we got single arm cuff pullovers on the cable. Then I have a single arm cable row, a kneeling row. So you're fully stabilized, stretch and squeeze. Then we're gonna do a single arm pull down with the cable, and then we'll finish off with like a chest supported incline bench high dumbbell row. And maybe if we feel up to, have a little more energy, might throw something else in there, but that's what's on tap right now. So,
All right,
let's get it.
let's kill it.
It's on hazard for when you're lifting up with Wiseman. You have to counterbalance the weight stack. So you have to pull the whole freaking thing over. Oh, I stretch and squeeze. There you go. You can get a good isometric stretch on this side too. You never let you rest. So things you realize after the fact. So probably wouldn't recommend this setup for others because it looks like the wheels are contacting the ground. And if you shake it enough, you might go for a ride. All right, so just finished the pole C workout. And it's always motivating to get Wiseman in, especially for a back workout, because his back is just like monstrous. It's kind of like Ronnie Coleman-esque. So there you go, right? So anytime that I can have him up for a back workout, it's I learn a lot and also motivates me because it always benefits you a lot more when you can work out with someone who you picture as ahead of you in a certain aspect. So it makes you push harder. And then it pushes them harder. They don't take it easy because they don't want to let you catch up, right? So
you think I'm ahead of you?
in back, yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, in back. So,
Well, good to know.
yeah, I'll give him back. I'll give him back. So again, there's a C day, just high pump, stretch and squeeze, really muscle isolation. Have you leaving out of the gym like you have invisible lat syndrome, or just walking with like inflated underarms, like just like that, exactly. So I don't know how we're gonna walk out the door here, but so that concludes the C workout. So then we'll go through a C rotation. We'll do push day C, and then we'll do biceps and legs C, and then we go back to our heavy rest pause A rotation. So how was it, Wiseman?
Oh, it's been great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Felt great. Back felt a message as usual.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I'm looking forward to many more workouts when I came here not feeling that energetic, but after the warm up, trust me, the pump was phenomenal.
Awesome.
So that's like a good start.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. There you go.
All right.
So yeah, so stay tuned. We're gonna get together, like I said before, every weekend for a workout, and we'll see what body parts fall the next weekend, but we'll make sure to post it. So one question that I always get from people is, how do I get a sponsorship with a supplement company? And don't have the glamorous answer, but my answer to that is just be real and authentic and carry yourself in a very respectful manner. Build solid relationships, business or personal, with people. Create a solid circle of similar individuals as you, and the rest should fall into place. As I mentioned before, my ambassadorship or sponsorship with Popeyes, I didn't really ask for. I just built a relationship with them. I wanted to show support. I only asked for a t-shirt or two to wear during my prep to show my support. And after the competition was over back in 2018, Cam and Chris, both of them from Popeyes, Nanaimo and Victoria, approached me with the opportunity to be sponsored by them. So, of course, I took this. Just, it was natural. We were already kind of doing it anyway, so. And then with Ballistic, again, didn't really ask for it. Bert, he was with Magnum for a long time, helped build Magnum to what it is today. Then he took a position with Allmax briefly, and then he left Allmax and he purchased and became owner of Ballistic Subs. And so when I saw that, Bert and I had interacted a little bit on social media before, but I just fired him a message and I said, hey, congratulations on the move and buying Ballistic, and I have no doubt that you'll make it a success just like you helped do with Magnum. That's all I said. He messaged back and said, thank you so much, I appreciate that. It's going to be tricky trying to navigate this during COVID. And then he said, hey, I know you're in a different situation right now, a different supplement sponsorship kind of situation. And he goes, if you're ever looking for a home in the future, reach out and let me know. And I said, well, as luck would have it, I'm not under contract with anybody else. That situation was kind of informal, and I kind of wasn't happy, and I was excited at the possibility of working with someone like Bert, as a highly respected and experienced as Bert. So I said, let's do it, let's chat. So we set up a phone call, had a great conversation, went back and forth on the terms of the contract, and before we made it official, it was important to both Bert and I that we waited until Ballistic became an official Popeyes brand. My loyalty was with Popeyes first. They supported me first. They were the first ones in my corner. Bert had a great relationship with Popeyes as well through Magnum. So we both decided to wait until that was made official. Then as soon as that was made official, that Ballistic was an official Popeyes brand, I was able to announce my signing with them. So, man, that was a hard secret to keep for about a month and a half, somewhere in there. I sat on that. That was eating me up. I wanted to tell everybody, but yeah, like I said, it was important to make sure Ballistic was aligned with Popeyes first, and then I made my announcements. So that's why I got my sponsorships. Didn't ask for a thing. I was just simply being me. I just showed everyone the real me on social media. The right people kind of noticed, and it fell into place. That's a real low stress way to make sure that's all a healthy relationship too. Because if you put on a fake persona and you act a certain way that you can't maintain, or you show that maybe you're not, maybe you're unreliable, I don't know, maybe you're really flaky. Honestly, if you put yourself in the position of the companies, if they have a lot of money riding on the line, why would they invest in someone who's high risk, or someone they see red flags in or unsure about? It's a business decision, right? So be the real you, be consistent, be authentic, and whatever will happen will happen. So yeah, long story short, didn't chase it, didn't fake a persona online, and didn't have 10,000 followers, which I'm very proud of. I'm very proud of the fact that I have two sponsorships, and with under 1,000 followers. I've always believed that it's quality over quantity. I want to present myself in an authentic way, and if people don't like it, then it's their issue. Never been out to impress anyone or be famous or be a somebody. Just wanted to be me, the real me online, and I like how that stands out. One thing that always irked me about the supplement industry and getting sponsorships was, I'm kind of old school. To me, it should be about what you've done or what you accomplished. And as social media has grown, it's been more about how many followers you have as opposed to your accomplishments. And to put it in different terms, it's almost like someone signing with a basketball brand. If they haven't stepped foot on the court, maybe they post nice pictures of themselves holding the basketball or shooting at the neighborhood court, and they sign a contract. It, to me, just never made sense. So that always kind of was a big turn off when I would see applications for supplement companies, and one of their first questions is, what are your socials and how many followers you have? So that's why I kind of never really pursued getting a sponsorship, or asking for one, I should say, because to me it was kind of a false way to do it. It was, I don't know, didn't feel right. You have sponsorships because you have competed and done well, or you have connections and you have a place in the industry, not just someone with 20,000 followers, and you like people to look at you, so you have that expectation, that entitlement that you should be getting something for free in return. I wasn't not a fan of all that. So yeah, so I'm really proud that I'm a sub 1,000 followers, and I got 2 sponsorships. So I'm starting to climb. I think I almost have 1,000 followers now, and I'm almost tempted to almost once I get close to it, start deleting followers or fake followers or bots, or sometimes they follow you, because I think it's bragging rights. I'm pretty proud that I have less than 1,000 followers, and I have what I have. But authenticity and being real trumps everything else, in my opinion. So I'm almost at the end of my 20 20-minute walk, evening cardio. And if you have any other questions, leave a comment down below or send me a message on Instagram or elsewhere, and let me know what questions you have, and I'll pick kind of the best few that I see and answer them during my evening cardio walks. So leave a comment, send a message, and let me know.
What they get when they doubt you, call your names and then they clown you. People act tough and then tuck the tails and then hop the shells when they're around you. Your bark is way bigger than your bite. I'm the only beast in this cage. All natural.